First question is, was sexual morality not a biblical concern until Sodom?
No, because you could go back to Genesis when God says, be fruitful and multiply. You know, the Bible starts with a wedding and ends with a wedding. It's very symmetrical in that way. So the standard is one man, one woman for one lifetime from the very beginning of Genesis. And of course, we sinned, we fell, we did evil, and then much of the law in the Old Testament is God dealing with a rebellious culture, trying to bring it back to him. Genesis is more about the story of the patriarchs than it is about law. The law really comes into focus with the book of Exodus and, of course, Mount Sinai. But remember that Paul says that Abraham was saved by faith 400 years before the law was even given. But people knew basic right and wrong before the law was given, just like we know it now. It's written on our hearts. There is a moral law. If you didn't have the moral law written on your heart, then God would be unjust for judging anyone prior to a Bible. I mean, he obviously judged the entire generation of Noah. They didn't have a Bible. He judged Cain and Abel. I mean, you can go all the way back, Adam and Eve even. They didn't have a Bible, but they essentially knew what basic right and wrong was. So you don't need the law to know basic right and wrong. You'll get more detail, quite obviously, with special revelation, but the basics of right and wrong are known from the beginning.